me tell you, I was sick for like a week. Sam, that's related, but that with fever. Just sweat. How we coming, Tisha? Yeah. Go shorty.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Excellent. Yeah, we have two items on the agenda and one other such matters that will require a very brief executive session. The first item is on page 2 of your document. That's the approval of a supplemental consultant agreement planning services with CNS engineers. This is one that it actually came in last month, about an hour before the meeting, but there was some concern, so we held it over. This was CNS put together a supplemental consultant agreement for the obstruction analysis environmental assessment project. This project triggered an independent fee estimate. It was required for this. CNS's cost was $65,000. The independent fee estimate came back and said costs of $108,000 would be reasonable for this. Obviously, the disconnect there. Prior to bringing this before the committee and the board, I wanted to have a clear understanding of what that disconnect was and what the differences were, and specifically see that over on page 8. At the end of the day, the CNS fee was determined to be reasonable at $65,000 and complete at $65,000, but there were some differences between what the independent fee estimate firm put together and what CNS actually charged. So this is one of these rare instances where the independent fee estimate came back and was higher than the consultant agreement. And based on a review of that, we're recommending that the CNS consulting agreement for the planning services for the obstruction analysis and environmental assessment be approved by the committee and hopefully ultimately by the board. Yes. And that's one of these projects that would be funded 95%, 2.5, 2.5, 95% being FAA, 2.5 being New York State DOT, and 2.5% being OBPA. Why would we want to? Yes, the obstructions are still out there. What this does, it just identifies them, tags them, and gets them ready for the next phase, which hopefully be mitigation and removal. It could be. It could be. It could be one of the alternatives. Yes. The next is a separate packet that you have. It's actually item C2. It's the approval of supplemental lease agreement. Tisha?
Yes.
Good question. Why is this read?
Because it was
Okay, so it's actually approval.
yes, contract.
Okay. It's updated here a little bit. Item C C2 is approved contract with Continental Construction. This was a result of bids being opened on April 9th for the dual-use lane booth expansion project at the border station. You can see the two bids that were there. Tisdale & Associates performed due diligence on the bids and has agreed that Continental Construction is the low bidder at $185,265. There were three bids on this project. I'm sorry, there were two bids on this project. The third one showed up late and was not accepted as per proper procedure.
Who are these folks?
Steve, do you want to mention that? I mean, I know they're out of order, but
We did the where are they from? And Tisdale did a research on them to make sure they're capable of doing it?
you'll see on the third page of the document as well, Continental Construction has previously performed work. This is Tisdale's language under their plans and specifications for the town hall and highway garage town of Louisville. It's one of the local projects.
Now, is this being put out for bid by us? And where are we getting the money for this project? They've already approved this, monies and stuff? This is being built to what GSA wants? Their specs, they've approved that? That's fine. I just want to ask the questions for the record.
Steve, you brought up a good point. One thing I forgot to mention here is what is our fee on this?
You're going to do this?
Yes.
We have a back charge for you? This guy put up the 5% and everything already, eh? Well, you know some of the rules that we have, Steve. We don't want no change orders. Got a lot of money here between him and Renee. So, make sure he knows that. Okay, Mr. Chairman, I'd say move forward.
Yeah. Yes. That was one of the questions I brought up earlier today on that. This is actually an Ogdensburg border station issue. It does not appear on the Bridge and Port Authority agenda, but it would appear on the border station later this afternoon.
Same officers are there as officers are here.
The same committee.
Same committee. Same everything.
Good question. But
So I would move that to be, and that's listed under the border station thing. It's not on our regular agenda. smooth.
And I have a problem. That starts from when the project's placed in service. Okay. So that maybe fall of this year then. All right. Yes. Right. Troopers, no. I remember something. When last year, they approached us, Canadians, on their side. I said, thinking, yes, if you want to, I'm sure.
Well, we'd have to do it on bridge.
Yeah, they view us as Canada, even though we're a public benefit corporation, Canada views us as if we're a for-profit toll operator.
Well, we don't get anything, like you said, extra for overweighted trucks. Our weight limit's 90,000, right?
Something next month. In order to do that, Steve, we have to change all those regulations, state regs.
So the only thing that you get here with our bridge being limited at 90,000 is the trooper would issue a ticket for overweight on the bridge. They pay a fine. Now, I don't know. I think it wouldn't hurt, maybe just, Sam, for us to start a meeting up with the guys with the New York State Police that do the scales, and have them come in and explain how they do it. Now, I see them up here weighing trucks all the time. They got a pretty good program what's going on there now. And then we could talk with them, and, we may be missing something here that we shouldn't be missing. But I'd like to have the troopers explain, because if they've got extra tags and they're dropping them, so that spreads that more load out, so there's not as much weight. I guess somehow it equalizes itself. I don't know. Get them people in here to talk to us and find out just what we should be doing here and how many trucks are coming in overloaded. I know that we sit here, me and you watched them the other night. I mean, that truck was right down in the cellar. He couldn't even get out of the building over here. I mean, that time he got down here, I mean, he was honking right on her, and she was just sitting like this. No. Maybe we need to...
Put him in here real quick. Yeah, the board at that time heavily towards the negative.
Okay. Now, for the facilities, we need her and ask questions. Excellent.
Got one end of session. Real quick. Yeah. Mr. Chairman, there is a brief need for an executive session. Basically, negotiations on personal property.
I have a question to go into executive session.
Okay. This is it's a minor